Hi everyone, this is another video from Rapids Medical, and this video is going to show you another first aid kit that I have. Now previously, yesterday, I made a video on my EDC first aid kit that I carry around with me at school. It's in a Ziploc bag. This kit right here is not what I carry around with me at school. I use this kit for school field trips, events that I go to, going for traveling, and the most likely reason that I would use this is during the summer when I am a junior counselor at my summer camp. So I use this as my first aid kit to treat minor injuries for the kids. So let's get into it. One of the first things that you probably notice is that I have a neon yellow paracord bracelet on it. And also, you might have not been able to see this, but I also have a glow-in-the-dark bracelet next to it for nighttime finding. So I put these on there purposely so it can be found easily if I need to get it or someone needs to get it. And I'm just going to talk about the bag for a minute. I don't really know the exact model name of what this bag was called. I do know it was an Ozark trail bag that I got at Target a few years ago. It has served me well for this purpose and for other purposes. There's a boatload of pockets on it, which that's what I use this for. And I really like it. It's held up well, it's very durable. It's actually more of a hiking or wilderness bag. So it has all the support on the back of it. So yeah, I don't carry that much on the outside of this bag, in the outside pockets, because I store other stuff in these pockets. But the things I do carry are important, and they always go where they're at. So, starting at this pocket right here, I have a bottle of emergency water that I can use for first aid situations, for dehydration, for myself if I get thirsty. But I always carry a bottle of water. Up here, I have some survival items. So, first up, I got this for Christmas a few years ago. And it's a multi-purpose survival tool. So it has an LED flashlight, which doesn't really work that well anymore. I think I have to replace the batteries on this. And normally I always check to make sure my first aid kit is fully stocked and it's all ready, but I wouldn't change the batteries on this because I don't use that for the flashlight at all. If you know this right here, it has a thermostat to tell you the temperature, which I've never been able to get it to work properly. It always says around 82 to 85-ish degrees. Down here we have a compass, so that can be very helpful in some situations. I have an emergency whistle. On this side right here, I have a magnifying glass, and on this side, I have a small mirror. So as I go through this, every item, except for a few that I've added after yesterday's video, are from my EDC first aid kit. So I just transferred the materials from that to this one. So anytime that I am using this, I have to take everything out of that and put it in here, which can sometimes be a pain, but since I don't use this as often, I do it that way. So here is my primary survival flashlight. It is a multi-mode flashlight. So first mode is a 9 LED floodlight. The camera does not do it justice on its actual brightness. It has a red emergency beacon for marking your location, a blinking red location finder, and it also has an SOS light. Okay, so that basically encompasses all I have in outside pockets. The only thing that I also carry in here is a folder, and this I use sometimes if I can't remember this information, or if I'm in a situation where I need somebody else to find the information, and I have a recent updated list on the addresses, phone numbers of every fire department and company in my county, which is Niagara County. So this has the 3 career fire departments and all the volunteer fire departments. I also have an updated list of each fire company. Now, even though it does say 2013-2014, it is an updated list for 2016. Okay, so now let's get into the actual first aid part of the kit. So, best thing about this bag is the packet that I'm going to open right now that contains every single first aid item on here. And again, all these items are moved over from my school UDC to this one. So, here we go. Okay, starting with this backpack right here, one of the most important things in your first aid kit is PPE, personal protective equipment, prevents bloodborne pathogens or bodily fluids transmitting between yourself and the patient or vice versa, and keeps everything sterile and sanitary. So I have two pairs of nitrile gloves, not latex. Never want latex because you don't know if that patient has a latex allergy, but nitrile gloves. Face mask for preventing any bodily fluids going into my face. Again, keeping everything sterile and sanitary. And also in this packet, I have 2 sponges of a 4x4 4-ply gauze sponge, which I have never used before. For a major trauma incident, I hope never to have to, but it's there just in case. Okay. So starting in the packets down here, right here, I have colored index cards for writing down patient information for themselves and for myself, and I don't have any red cards at the moment or black cards, but you can use these for triage purposes. Right here, I carry a bag of cotton balls and cotton swabs for disinfecting wounds and for cleaning up the wounds. I also carry a pack of rolled gauze in a sterile Ziploc bag that has adhesive on the back to stick to a patient's skin for any trauma injuries that I need to protect. Now, as I'm going through this, to prevent any questions, I'd like to note again, as like in my last video, that I am not a trained EMT. I am not an EMT basic, intermediate, or paramedic. I do know first aid, I do know CPR, so everything that I have in here, I know how to use, and this is just the basic necessities of first aid that I'm able to handle. In this packet, right here, I carry all of my gauze. So I have multiple sizes and a lot of gauze in here. So I have a 1.5 by 2 inch package of gauze. And this is all ordered by size. 3 sets of 2 by 2 gauze. 2 sets of 2 by 3 gauze. An iPad, and a package of 3 by 3 gauze. Now this, as you may remember from my last video, has all the bandages in it. So, I have tiny bandages for tiny injuries, circle bandages, butterfly bandages, your average standard size bandages, and a large bandage for large wounds. Okay, going here, this is for anybody who is a diabetic. I am not a diabetic, but if I happen to come across anyone who has high or low blood sugar, I carry a package of high sugar fruit snacks. Right here, I carry some disinfecting medical supplies. So I have 2 packages of tissues. This is low, so I carry another one to make sure everything is stacked up. I carry 4 disinfectant wipes for the end of a first aid session, and a bottle of hand sanitizer. That pocket contains all of my bags. So right here I have a general purpose bag for a patient's belongings or my belongings. Another general purpose bag. And for medical waste, I took 3 sandwich size Ziploc bags and I made them into medical waste bags. So I wrote medical waste on it, and I put another duct tape strip on there to let you know that it's medical waste. And after the first aid session, I would gather up all the waste, put it in one of my 3 bags that I have, and dispose of them properly. Okay, going on the upper pockets. Right here, I have my non-sterile string. That's very important to make sure to mention. This non-sterile, never use this on a person. This is only for something that I might need it for, that I come across. So I just carry this with me. Right here, easily accessible, is all of my alcohol prep pads. And then I have a small keychain light for use as a pen light, and a carabiner for securing my bag or any other thing to a location. Okay, almost done. Going across the top, I have general multi-purpose scissors that have non-stick blades. These are not used for a medical purpose. These are just used for cutting other things. I have medical scissors. These are not trauma shears. These are just minor medical scissors for doing minor cuts and for cutting less dense materials that don't require that much effort to cut through them. These are easy to sterilize and they are very easy to clean. And I have a pen to go with the index cards. And then I have a thermometer for taking someone's temperature. And a pair of metal tweezers. I prefer metal tweezers over plastic tweezers because, number one, I believe they're more accurate in digging out foreign objects from a body, and I believe that these are easier to sterilize than plastic scissors, and they're more durable, so they last longer. So that concludes what I carry in my specialized event or non-school first aid kit. Thank you for watching. I recommend you to comment on this video and subscribe to my channel. And as always, have an amazing day.